Being queer means belonging to a community with people that accept themselves and others for who they are, regardless of who they love or how they feel. This is my personal top 5 of LGBTQ plus TV shows, and it's based on my personal judgment and inclusivity, wide representation of orientations and identities, and how they show the struggles of queer people. These are the ones that I like and that I've seen, and so I can talk about them. I'll talk about Pose, Queer Eye, and all the other ones you'll suggest in the comments down below in another video.
Dear Simon, screw you for having the world's most perfect, accepting parents, the world's most supportive friends, because for some of us, it's not that easy.
Love, Victor is an American teen drama streaming television series inspired by and set in the same world as the 2010 film Love, Simon. The series premiered on June 2020 on Hulu. The series focuses on a new student at Creekwood High School, Victor. The show follows his journey of self-discovery, facing challenges at home and struggling with his sexual orientation. He reaches out to Simon when it seems too difficult for him to navigate through in high school. Love, Victor's characters are far from perfect. They are actually very realistic because they are hypocrites. They want something but they do just the opposite, so that they betray and let down who they really care about. This show is about telling the truth, firstly to yourself and then to everyone else about who you really are. Struggling to accept yourself, struggling to come out of the closet, and struggling with external judgment is perfectly human. Along with many teenage problems and the fear of coming out as gay, Love, Victor's message is that everyone makes mistakes and the only way to make up for them is to be honest, upfront, and forgiving, although not making those mistakes again would be much appreciated. Euphoria is an American teen drama television series that premiered on June 16th of 2019 on HBO. Euphoria follows a group of high school students through their experiences of sex, drugs, friendships, love, identity, and trauma. The series stars Zendaya in the lead role, alongside an ensemble cast consisting of Eric Dane, aka Mark Sloan in Grey's Anatomy, and Captain Tom Chandler in The Last Ship, Hunter Schafer, Sydney Sweeney, who starred in Big Time Adolescence and Downfalls High, both along with Machine Gun Kelly. Then there is Jacob Elordi and many more. Euphoria is an amazing show for many different reasons and could certainly be a number one of the best teen drama TV shows of the last few years, if not the best. But it's a number 4 on the queer TV show tops because its main themes are drug addiction, suicide, abuse, and other heavy topics. And although sexual awakening and self-discovery and acceptance are definitely part of the grand scheme of Euphoria, they are not the main focus. The strong point of Euphoria is certainly its modern take on sexuality and gender. In fact, each LGBTQ character has their own battles to fight, and their sexuality or gender identity is always shown as secondary to the plight, never the cause of it. This series also does a good job in showing the danger of queer repression. Just because queer characters are being shown currently doesn't mean they live in rainbow-washed happiness. Far from it. Finally, Euphoria also shows the way that modern young people are moving farther and farther away from typical labels when it comes to their relationships. 1 minute we're friends, the next we're fucking. This is a reality that many queer people can identify with. So, to conclude, Euphoria is very relatable for teenagers and young adults because it shows how real life is and how real people struggle with real problems. Sex Education is a British comedy drama television series that aired in 2019 on Netflix. The series follows the story of Otis Milburn, an insecure teenager who is ambivalent about sex even though, or perhaps because, his mother is a sex therapist who is frank about all aspects of sexuality. After inadvertently assisting a school bully with his sexual performance anxiety, Otis sets up a sex advice business with Maeve, a confident but troubled classmate, to help their fellow students with their sexual problems. The great thing about sex education as a whole is that it faces all sorts of taboos related to sex and identity, and it does it through the lens of teenager, which is exactly what the new generation needs. This show also goes deeper than surface cliches with the development of the gay best friend and generally showing men in queer struggles, such as a male character dressing up as a female and another guy not accepting being bi. We take part of the questioning process of many characters, along with their self-discovery and their path to self-love and acceptance. Sex Education is one of the few shows that finally represented being bisexual and pansexual, and shows different types of people and the different reaction they have to the same thing. So generally, it has a good queer representation. That's why it is a number 3. Faking It is a 2014 American romantic comedy with an average length of 22 minutes per episode. It takes place at Hester High School, a place where being different is what makes you popular. When Atka's sophomore students Karma, aka Katie Stevens from the Bull type, and her best friend Amy are mistaken for a lesbian couple, they find themselves the center of the school's attention, so they decide to go along with the charade. Faking It is a number 2 because of its inclusivity of the LGBTQ+ community. In fact, we not only have lesbians, gay, and trans people, who are often shown in other shows, but we also have bisexuals and intersex people. An important part of this show is the representation of the self-questioning process that almost every teenager goes through in high school, trying to discover who they really are and what they are into. Although there are some stereotypes such as the gay best friend and the bisexual guy that wants to have a threesome with a guy and a girl because he's into both sexes, they did a good job in showing the struggles of these teenagers in an entertaining and inspiring way.
Look, love is not something we wind up, something we set or control. Love, like art, must always be free.
SaraZ premiered on Netflix in the summer of 2015 and follows 8 strangers from different parts of the world who suddenly discover that they are SaraZs, human beings who are mentally and emotionally linked. This show was noted for its representation of LGBTQ characters and themes. In fact, they included a trans character who deals with family rejection, self-acceptance, with being queer and gay, and there is also a closetly gay actor who is afraid of people's opinion. They also show polygamy, a topic not widely chosen in the television scene, giving the very important message that love is what you decide it to be. Anyone is worthy of love and is capable of loving. Sex and pleasure are normal and part of our life and nature, and we should accept it and not reject it. SaraZ is a great source of inspiration for the queer community because it normalizes the conversation about taboos, turning them into ordinary topics. That's why SaraZ is a number 1.
For a long time, I was afraid to be who I am because I was taught by my parents that there's something wrong with someone like me. I'm marching for that part of me that was once too afraid to march. Today I march to remember that I'm not just a me, I'm also a we. And we march with pride.
Because we are one, we are fluid, and that's okay. Thanks for watching. Do you agree with my top 5? Please leave a comment down below, suggest me more TV shows about LGBTQ+ characters that I didn't mention in this video. And leave a like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and without further ado, see you next time. Bye!
La 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 la